Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to Tea Time. Happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome again to Tea Time. We ask that you invite, that you like and share this broadcast so others can be a part of this renewal time that we're having today for Tea Time. Excited to be here with all of you this afternoon. Excited about our tea time and everything that's going to go forth today regarding tea time. So again, happy Tuesday and welcome to tea time. Make sure to like and share. We've already posted inside of our Facebook chat there the information if you want to join us on on YouTube. So we invite you if you are a YouTube watcher to go over to YouTube and watch us and view us over there. You can also see some previous tea times if you've missed any that you would like to engage in. Again, welcome to Tea Time. Hello, everyone, and good afternoon to all of you out there. I hope that you have your tea, your coffee, or whatever your drink of choice is today, that you have your tea time journals. Remember, we want to make sure that we have tea time journals set aside just for tea time. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move forward with the book of the week. I'm sorry, National Mental Health Awareness Month. We'll be right back for the book of the week. And we invite you to, as we observe National Mental Health Awareness Month, which is observed in July, to bring awareness to unique struggles that racial and ethnic minority communities face regarding mental illness in the United States. And so I'm going to go ahead and place that information over in the chat if you would like to go to their website to find out more information about National Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. We'll go ahead and place that in the chat for you. You can go ahead and go over and take advantage of the resources that they have. We understand that awareness brings power, and we want to bring awareness to our community regarding National Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. Okay, so we're observing that here at the Renewal Center and want to share that information with you. And we'll go over and place that inside of the chat for you just for your reference so that you'll be able to go to the website and see the information. They have a library. They have a lot of resources that you can read about that may be beneficial to you or someone else that you know. All right. All right. Thank you so much for that. We're going to go ahead and move to the book of the week. And the book of the week is You'll Get Through This, okay? You'll Get Through This by Max Lucendo. I'm just going to read a quick synopsis here. It says, we all fear that that depression will never lift. The disappointment will never stop. The pain will never leave. Here in the pit surrounded by steep walls, we wonder if our gray skies will ever brighten. Through these unprecedented and challenging times may bring a load of uncertainty and fear that feels too heavy to bear. God gives us the promise you'll get through this. Wonderful book. Again, our book of the week, and that was a quick synopsis, is You'll Get Through This by Max Lucendo there. So that is our book of the week. You'll get through this. All right. Isn't it wonderful to know that we'll be able to get through? So if you're looking for a good read, go ahead and look that book up. The book of the week, You'll Get Through This. All right. So our tea of the week is red dates tea. Okay, red dates tea. I've never had this before. If you have had red dates tea, please share in the comments. If you have had red dates tea, we invite you to engage. Maybe I'll try it. But if you've had it, please share. And as a matter of fact, this is a great opportunity to share what tea that you're drinking or what your choice of drink is today. My choice is coffee, but here we're talking about tea of the week, which is red date tea. Okay, and so we invite you to take part and actually embark in drinking it. Look it up and find out where you can get it, how you can actually get a feel of this tea. Again, I'm going to look it up to see if it's something that I want to drink or something I want to engage in. Again, the Renewal Center's tea time tea of the week is red date tea. All right, so all my tea timers out there, what are you having today? What are you Where do you actually Okay, I see calamine. Okay, very good. For me again today, not tea, but I'm embarking on some coffee. So that's what I'm having today is coffee. Go ahead and share your tea of the week. All right. Thank you, Dr. Paul. Lemon and ginseng. Okay, very good. I love lemon tea. Love lemon tea. All right, now. Anyone else want to share their tea of the week? All right, hazelnut coffee. Okay, so you're like me, Michelle. I have coffee as well here. I don't have tea today, but I do have my coffee. So you have hazelnut coffee. Good choice. All right, anyone else want to engage with their tea of the week? I mean, their tea that they're having today. All right. All right. Again, we thank you so much for joining our Tea Time Tuesdays. As you all know, we do tea time practices, and one of our practices is taking a moment to locate ourselves. So we just want to kind of get grounded, kind of just with breathing, in and out, and we're doing our locate ourselves right now. So we're just going to go ahead and prepare and take this moment to just pause and reset as we locate ourselves. So we want to go ahead and do that right now. Wasn't that great? Just a moment to pause and to locate ourselves and to take the time. This is what tea time is all about. Taking a moment to pause, reset as we build resilience. Again, welcome to tea time. So I'm going to go ahead and I see people are sharing their tea. All right. Fever grass. Okay, I've never heard of that one. Okay, can you share what kind of taste is it? Is it a sweet taste, a bitter taste, a energizing taste? I've never heard of that one. Has anybody ever heard of that one? That's interesting. I definitely want to look that up and see actually what that is. Thank you for sharing. We all have different unique types of teas, and this is what tea time is all about. Sharing about what we're engaging in, our tea time, and sharing about the different teas and making people aware. So I'm a tea time drinker. I love tea. And so thank you so much for sharing that. And so we're going to go ahead and transition and bring on our director, Carmela Head, who will be coming on for tea time. And I'm looking forward to what she'll be giving us this afternoon for tea time. All right, I see here we have ice lady. Okay, you have lemon flavor. Very good. Ah, I love lemon. Again, I love lemon. I love lemon. All right now. So we're gonna go ahead and bring Carmela Head on. Hey there, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm taking in Ice Lady's new tea, this fever grass. That's interesting.
Yeah, I never heard of it, and I'm gonna look it up and
Me either.
find out more about it. Wow, interesting. But that's what tea time is all about. We find out about different teas, and if it's something that we want, we can also embark in it as well. So I'm definitely gonna look that up. Thanks so much, you guys, for sharing your teas that you're partaking of, and coffee as well. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to you, Carmela.
Okay. Well, hope you said you're going to be behind the scenes. Did you change your mind? Or you still going to be behind the scenes?
I'm gonna be behind the scenes. I have my tea time journal.
Yes.
Gonna go ahead, and then you can bring me back on, toward the end, and we'll engage.
Okay. Okay.
All
Well, I'll
right.
see you on the back end, Hope.
All right. See you in the back end.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad to see everyone is here. And I'm, just relaxed after Hope has brought us in to locating ourselves, which is so important. Just taking the time to just slow down and relax and then get ourselves in a mindset ready for renewal practices because we have I would say, an abundance of renewal practices that can help us through processing and doing great things as we go on with our day. As we pause on Tuesday to do this, it's so good to see everyone and to see everyone here. Hello, Ice Lady, how you doing? And Michelle, and I see, let's see who else is here. Monique, Michelle, Dr. Brown, my father, Dr. Paul Brown. It's good to see everybody here today, and we welcome you to Tea Time Tuesday. Last week was a phenomenal Tea Time Tuesday. I hope that if you missed that broadcast, go back and listen to it. It was really great dialogue with Patrick and Hope. They were really talking about ways to safeguard our sanity and when it comes to anxiety. So as we close out the month of July, there's a lot of different things that we talked about with minority health awareness. So please go back and check that broadcast out. There's a lot of great nuggets that you can take from that. And so today, I just want to say that we're going to keep it moving with building resilience. That's really what we're all about here on Tea Time Tuesday. Reset, pause, like Hope was saying, taking time out for calm, but also with building resilience and increasing resilience. We want to focus in on that today, on this aspect of that. And so as we focus with that on Tea Time Tuesday about being resilient, that's talking about bouncing back, right? That's talking about gaining momentum and bouncing back, keeping the ball rolling when things in life may have slowed us down in some type of way. And so we want to be those type of people that learn and glean from what we've been through, but also having the stamina to bounce back. I'm going to put something on the screen real quick, just as a reminder as we segue into this session today. And it's talking about being unstoppable, maximizing trial and error. A lot of us think about being unstoppable. I want everybody to take a minute and think about the word unstoppable. Think about when you were unstoppable, or just think about unstoppable, being unstoppable. What does that mean to you? What does that mean when you think about it? When somebody being unstoppable, what does that look like to everybody being unstoppable? So if you take a moment, think about it as I, talk about a little bit more about being unstoppable, because it's so important. We're ending the month of July soon. And this particular month, when we talked about mental health awareness, minority mental health awareness, we want to talk about being unstoppable in all that we do. And a lot of that is maximizing some of the lessons that we have learned in life. And that's through trial and error, because we all go through trial and error. We all learn new things. We've been through stuff. And maximizing is a method of solving problems. Trial and error is a way of solving problems. And so we want to continue in becoming resilient people in solving problems. And so if you would do me a favor, I'm seeing some remarks coming in about being unstoppable. I'm so excited you guys are joining in today. Here we go. Somebody who's a Facebook move. Oh, this is Monique. I don't know why you're showing up as Facebook user, but it's saying, Monique is saying, yes, gaining momentum. Absolutely. Gaining momentum is being unstoppable. And so let's see the next person that's saying forward movement, no barriers preventing me from growing and expanding. I love that. No barriers preventing us from moving forward, growing and expanding. These are great, really good responses. Okay, Iceland, energy bunny. Exactly. You keep moving, and that's what it looks like. That's exactly what being unstoppable looks like. That bunny is just keep moving. Let's see, Chiquita, resolute. I like that. Resolute, determined. Absolutely. A lot of these remarks, just keep it moving, keep it going. Deeply rooted. Thank you. Yes. And as we stop and pause on Tuesday today, I want you to start to think about the word unstoppable and what it means to maximize the trial and errors that we've been through. And, when we all think about that word, we think about being persistent and perseverance. We have another remark coming in from Michelle. Being unstoppable means staying committed to moving forward. Yes, absolutely. These are great. Dr. Brown, the turtle keeps pressing. And if I may say, Dr. Brown, his favorite slogan, his motto is keep pressing. And that is so important that when we are faced with certain things, we're faced with certain processes, and we are engaging in trial and error, it's going to take us sometimes to be unstoppable and to use what we've learned. And so we're going to talk about that today during Tea Times Tuesday. Being unstoppable, being resolute, determined, like the Energizer Bunny. Those balls were moving. You just keep the motion going. And even when it stops, we get back on track and we keep our momentum. And just like someone said, forward movement, no barriers preventing me from growing and expanding. You guys are already on in tune with what I'm going to be talking about today. So, I want to just break right here from saying this. Let me go back and give you an example. When I was in college, I remember taking a lot of mathematics classes and statistics, college algebra, a whole lot of these things, research, quantitative and qualitative analysis, all of these type of things. And as I was studying, I realized that when I was taking my test, a lot of the multiple choice questions, you would have to know the formulas and you would have to know how to actually get each step to get the correct outcome, right? And so for me, I struggled a bit with some of that. And I tried my best to try to figure out, well, why am I not answering these questions right? What's happening here? So as I was going along, I got with my instructor and I remember being told, well, there's certain processes in here that you're going to have to look at a different way and learn how to work through those. So my way of coming up with answers to try to make them correct was not really feasible at the time. So I had to learn a new strategy. I had to learn a new way. And so as I continued to work through those mathematical problems, statistical problems, and all of these things, later when I started taking tests, there was a strategy that I started implementing later on, and it helped me in a great way. And so we're going to talk about sometimes we have to learn new principles. Sometimes we have to learn new concepts and new models to help us navigate and to be resilient. Because some things we've maybe forgotten about and we didn't glean from those trial and error times. We just kind of breeze through them and then we just kind of let them go. Thank you, Hope. I love this. Hope is saying being unrelenting. And that's what we have to do when it comes to being unstoppable. I love that. We have to be unrelenting and not allow things to stop us or stop the ball from rolling. That's part of being resilient. And so today, let's talk about that a little bit. I'm glad I was able to use myself as an example because I really had a hard time with statistics. But then as I started learning new ways of studying, I had to apply myself in a different way in order to grasp what I was learning. And then later, when I started taking research, I was able to glean from all of those times that I shifted the way that I was doing things. It helped me later in life. I really learned a lot through that. And Hope is saying, thanks for sharing. Yes, absolutely. Yes. I'm telling you, being unrelenting and unrelenting makes a big difference in what we do and how we bounce back. So let's go on with our session today. I hope you got your journal, as Hope has said, and your tea so that you can go back and glean from some of the things. We're going to brainstorm today. And please invite some people on today to really let them know to be unstoppable in all that they are doing. So let's go to the first slide together. The first slide that I want to share is this. Let me go ahead and add this to the stream here. Okay, as you take a look, the balls are moving, and unstoppable could mean persistence and determination through the lessons that we've learned. I as I look back in my life, I had to identify the times that I went through certain things. All of us have had to learn how to ride a bike. We had to skin our knees and fall off the bike and get up and keep pedaling and keep moving and learn from those ways of how to balance things. So as we went on in life, even through that a little analogy, even learning how to balance things or what do I learn from that lesson that I went through? how is that going to help me be persistent and determined? Because, sometimes we may see things and go through teachable moments, but like I said, we breeze through them and we don't glean anything from them. So today, let's turn to looking at ways and new strategies on how we're going to move forward through new processes. How do we deal with situations? How do we take those things from then and use them now? How do we learn how to communicate better? Or how do we get a new vantage point or a new point of reference? I think that's through being unstoppable and learning how to glean from the things that we went through. So grab your journals and let's look at this first slide here. Ask yourself, what are some teachable moments that I've been through in my life? It could be through, your job. It could be through relationship. It could be through being in an organization or just as you grow and evolve as a person. There's so many things that we have been through trial and error. We've stopped and we've seen things, and then we're wondering, how can I learn from this? Think about something in your life, or you can even share it in the chat, or something you've observed that could be a teachable moment of trial and error. Because, trial and error is you try something and you may have to work through that process. It may have not actually come out perfect the first time, but if you keep going, like that quote, if first it don't succeed, try again, right? And I love that because that gives us an opportunity to glean from exactly where we've been. I love this remark that Hope is saying. My mistakes were teachable moments. Exactly. And so were mine. So many things that we go through in life, we go through bumps. We learn from those bumps. And like through some of the renewal practices that we've talked to about before, is giving ourselves grace. So I've even learned through the mistakes that I made then to give myself grace, but also to learn, well, what am I going to do next time? And how can I add this? How can I use this to make me become a better person? Someone out there, let's see, who's this? Monique is saying, taking time to listen and hear before responding during crucial conversations. That is so paramount. Because if we thought about where we were before, we may have been quick to speak, or, we may have missed something in the conversation. But like Monique is saying, becoming a better active listener, hearing and responding in a new way. So we learn how, from our past mistakes, or the way that we've learned before, and we add it to now. What am I going to do with that? Just like Hope is saying, we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep learning. And that's exactly what the teachable moments are. Write down in your journals. And then maybe later, when you come back to it, identify the teachable moments in life that you've been through. What has it been? What has it been like? Maybe last week, last year, we just came out of some things with the pandemic. What have we learned? What have, that we have gone through, or maybe years past, or maybe a century ago. We're pulling some of the things that we learned from then, and we're using them now to help us grow. I love this. Let's see, Chiquita, active listening is key. Absolutely. Because when we lean in and we listen more, we glean more, and we get a greater understanding of what someone else is talking about. So that is a great way of learning from trial and error. And I can attest to that. Growing more and more with communication skills helps me become better at communicating when it comes to active listening. Here's Michelle. Michelle is saying, let's see, here we go. I'm trying to see your remark here, Michelle. It's saying, reflecting is a great tool because reflection turns our experiences into insight, giving me an opportunity to respond differently to situations. Absolutely. We learn from our past interactions, our past engaging, our past decisions, our past choices. We use those to help us become resilient people, because now we're identifying that teachable moment of trial and error has helped me identify maybe a place in my life that I need to grow. And that's where we're going to move into the next slide. Oh, you guys are already ahead of me today. This is great. Great interaction. I love this. Mildred says, learning to help without taking over. These are some great observations, because once you zero in on that area, that one area that, I learned from the last time I did this, and I'm going to be better at not taking over the conversation or taking over this whole situation. You learn from the past and you bring it into the future, and now it helps you to become better and more resilient and more sharp in your area of interaction with others. Here's Chiquita. Chiquita is saying it's best to do less with a spirit of excellence. Keeps you focused than a whole lot of subpar level. So here's two words that she has in there: excellence and subpar. And she's learning how to differentiate the two, bring it into the present, help build momentum so that she can be unstoppable. All of these answers are just absolutely amazing. And I'm just really excited that we are gleaning together from these answers. Thank you to everybody that is chiming in, because learning over time from our lessons learned helps us to become resilient people, helps us to grow and become sharper. And that's going to lead us to the very next one. I want to make sure I put everything here. Here's Patrick. Hello, Patrick. Patrick is saying a teachable moment develops us and others from coaching with compassion, not from coaching with compliance. Absolutely. See, and then there's some things that even Patrick is gleaning from this concerning the way that we coach, the way that we help others. When we are learning from before, we see we need to be more compassionate than acting, engaging people in a way of having them to comply. These are some great answers, and we can really glean from this. I love our Teton community. I love this because we're gleaning from each other, and we're becoming stronger. We're becoming more resilient. And that's a big thing in this day and age. And so it's good that we can kind of cross pollinate or give more answers and more interaction with each other. Let's talk about being unstoppable. We've already identified those teachable moments of trial and error. So let's do this now. Why don't we hone in on the positive outcomes? Think about, what have I learned? And you guys have kind of already, shared that. What have I learned in all of this? And then, so since I've learned, well, how am I going to apply this? And, that's a big thing, honing in on our positive outcomes and asking ourselves that hard question sometimes. What have I learned, and how can I apply this later? I love this because we can learn so much from the simple things that we've walked through or processed. And these are things that we learned over time, and like learning a new language, learning a new model, continuing practicing new things. How do we learn in our study habits? Adjusting our calendar, not overbearing ourselves to the calendar. How we communicate and engage with others in a new environment. How are we responding to things? Patrick has another remark that he'd like to share with us, and I really love this. He says, as a leader, I am learning to be intentional with design as a reflective conversation within situational, teachable moments. I love that. And there's so many things that he has in there. He, as a leader, he's learning, he's continuing to process, to gain more information over time from the lessons learned. He's being more intentional about being reflective in conversation. I love this because this shares with us, we can start seeing these paramount moments in life, how to apply those things to our lives, how to make it relevant in our lives. How can we use them? Because sometimes, like I said, we go through some teachable moments and we say, we don't even really pay them any attention. But 10 years later, we might be able to look back and say, you know what, I learned from that and I need to use that now. I could use that now. This can help me be a better person. Or maybe last week or last month, there was something that you learned and you take that teachable moment and bring it into the present. You bring it into the present and you apply it to how you can grow now, it makes us into such a better people. It makes us more resilient. I love this. If you like this, give me a thumbs up out there. I'm telling you, I'm really excited about the word unstoppable, because unstoppable reminds us that we can. It reminds us that we can. We can in our occupation. We can as we evolve as the people with our gifts, skills, and our talents. We can in our engagement. We can in our personal lives. We can. And we can become unstoppable as we build resilience. Okay, I want to move on to the next thing here in our Tea Time Tuesday, and that is this. We talked about the positive outcomes that we can learn and how to apply them. Now let's move to this. Let's sharpen what we're learning. Let's sharpen what we already have. If you want to be unstoppable, we've got to sharpen, refine, and perfect those things that we are learning. I know for me, I have to sharpen my communication skills all the time. I have to sharpen the way I handle things, or I sharpen, I would say, my way of discovering things. Sharpening what I'm learning, becoming better at what I was yesterday. It makes a big difference. Here's another response coming in. It says from Monique. Monique is sharing, it is important to be pliable and to be open. Absolutely. One of the things the word teachable shares with us is we're in an active mode of learning all the time. And as we gain new information, like we do here at Tea Time Tuesday, and I'm telling you, a lot of the things that we're learning really help us to stay focused, but in process, it sharpens us, it refines us, and perfects us. So I want to share a few things that you can gain from the many things that you've been through. You can become, a lot of us have become better in our organization skills. We become better organized, or we learn to manage our time better. Name some things that you've become better in, and that you know that because you have been gleaning from these things, it has sharpened you, you're perfecting it, you're becoming more refined. I'm going to play this because I want you to think about the balls that are moving around. And as the balls are moving around on the screen, it shows that you can be unstoppable by keeping the momentum and staying in the game. That's a part of resilience. That's a part of building resilience. Have you learned more about others through your teachable moments? Have you learned about expanding yourself or your awareness? How about learning the practical things, or learn that it may take more, I would say, resources to build something? I know for me, I've learned to tweak my writings. I've learned to build compositive content. And over time, I'm learning more and more how to do that. I've learned through trial and error. As I build my website, I had to learn through trial and error that some things may work better if I do that. Or maybe taking the advice of others. Maybe they have some advice that they can give us. And I'm learning that through the past, it may be more advantageous for me to take some information and learn and perfect that in my life. And so I would love to find out from you. Do you have some things that you want to sharpen or refine or perfect? Even as you're at work, as you are working through some things, maybe becoming better at your content writing, maybe becoming better as engaging others or leading or whatever that may be, or even at home. There's a lot of things that we can glean from with being unstoppable because, like I said, being unstoppable helps us to remember that we can. And so, like when we talked about at the beginning, we talked about what unstoppable meant to you. I want to share some of these responses coming in because they are really powerful. I love this. Monique is saying, I've learned to use self-reflection as a tool to sharpen my self-awareness and as I engage with others. I love that because that may be something that we've learned, that you've learned, Monique, over time, that now is you're sharpening yourself, you're building yourself, and it works. And so you see that it works. It helps you to be unstoppable with moving into whatever aspect or endeavor that you're moving into. Thank you so much for sharing that. Do we have any other responses that you would like to share about being unstoppable? So I'm going to take a second, give you a moment to just kind of think. Where are some areas that I have had teachable moments? How can I learn from them? And then how can I sharpen the things that I have learned in me now? How can I refine those things in me now? And so as we think about that, I'm gonna go to the next slide and just, give you some time to think and to respond if you want to put something in the chat about what makes you feel that you can be unstoppable in this time, in this season. We just got through talking about um, mental health awareness, minority mental health awareness. And last week we were talking about different ways that we can maneuver through anxiety. This is such a great time to glean from learning from the past and how we can sharpen ourselves and make ourselves better, even in those areas. So let's take a second. I'm going to add this to the stream here. And I want you to just reflect on this. Use your teachable moments in your blueprint. Use your teachable moments in your blueprint. Hope is sharing something really quick here. I want to share what she has to say. Hope is saying, I'm committed to continuously refining my mindset. Absolutely. Because we know the whole premise of us moving forward in any capacity, the whole premise of us moving in any capacity, I'm going to remove this so I could put Hope's remark up there. The only way that we can move forward in any capacity is to make sure that we sharpen our mindset. Mm-hmm. And that we align our mindset to we can, that I can do this, that I am unstoppable, that I can be resilient, that I can bounce back. And then I can sharpen myself and learn from, the teachable moments that I had some trial and error going on. And so I tell you, I'm really gleaning myself from this, that as we continue on and building the lives that we have, building the careers that we have, building whatever we are building, just like Hope said, she's continuously refining. So it's an ongoing process. And that's something that we can continue to do over time by looking at those little nuggets that we have learned from the lessons learned. Daphne's coming in with a response as well. She says, I'm dedicated to take a step back and to do a self-reflection on identifying areas that need to be transformed, every area of my life. I'm telling you, these are some paramount responses, because self-reflection will also help us to see what worked, what is working, how we can use that, and how to step back and really see where we are. So we step back, like Daphne says, and take a look at the whole thing of identifying areas that need to be changed. And this is amazing. I love how we're sharing with one another. Thank you so much, Daphne. And Chiquita's saying, small wins make me feel like I'm unstoppable. Yes. Chunking tasks and rewarding myself at increments. I don't become overwhelmed with the magnitude of the project, etc. We always talk about um, celebrating our milestones. That's something that we've learned here, even on Tea Time Tuesday, as we move on and move forward. As we stop, some of us may have not done this, gave us ourselves a pat on the back or a high five or kudos. Hey, I did it. I made this. I learned through this. And that's a milestone. That's something we've learned. That's actually gleaning from the lessons that we learn through the trial and error. We say to ourselves, we did this. And we stop and we take notice of that moment. Thank you, Chiquita. Mildred, learning to be more aware and working on certain areas, such as listening and not taking over. And see, that's just, a place of being self-aware, gleaning from what we've learned, actually assessing and refining. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mildred. And then Michelle is saying, I'm learning to be patient with myself while in my season of not yet. Okay. And see, I love this because we are now taking a moment to kind of identify, well, these are some areas that I've learned from, and these are some processes that I've been through. And it's like we're in a continual mode of learning. We take teachable moments and we learn from them. Yes, thank you, Michelle, for sharing that, but being patient. And maybe Michelle has learned over time it's good to be patient with herself. And that's a way of growing and seeing ourselves. Okay, I'd like to see who else is sharing. Shakita, also documenting by the way of writing, pictures, voice text. I find a way to look back over the journey. You know what? Documenting is a big deal because I have looked back over some journals, some of my notepads and composition notebooks, scrap paper I've written on. I've done all kind of things, but I look back and I hold on to it, and then I kind of remember, that's where I was then. I can use some of that stuff right now, and that really helps us. Thank you, Chiquita. And Patrick is saying, reflect. Consider what I see as an area that needs growth. Reframe. Expose myself to new concepts from others around me and mentors. Experiment. Put into practice what I'm reflecting and reframing with accountability to myself and those I'm aligned to. I'm telling you, that's powerful. Y'all should glean from all of these things. And just as Patrick has said, reflect, reframe, and experience. These are all the things that we are taking into the now. Those things that we've learned and we've brought alongside of us over time. These are the things that sharpen us. These are the things that refine us and help us to become resilient people. Thank you for sharing that, Patrick. This is just amazing today. I'm excited that we are all wired today to bounce back. We are wired to be determined. We are wired to be unstoppable. And even on a Tuesday afternoon, we can all glean from that and remember that we can learn from all the lessons over time. I'm telling you, this is amazing. I'm so excited about this. Listen, we have some more responses coming in. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that. Yes, I love to help others. I really do. And here's Audria. Audria is saying, staying committed to my journey makes me feel unstoppable. I use self stops when I find myself drifting into someone else's path, even in times of admiration. Admire, but stay focused on the path I've been placed in. One thing that Audrey is sharing is about she has shifted her perspective on things. The way she has perceived things to be from the past, now her perspective on how she's going to move forward has really resonated within her, and that's a part of having learned from the past. And this is just really great. I'm excited today. I mean, yeah, thank you, Patrick. Yes, I'm telling you, I have learned a lot today from everyone and how we're gleaning from one another to be unstoppable. And I know I'm coming from more of a motivational place today, but I thought about that as I was writing an article about actually being in a mode of being teachable and using our teachable moments as launching pads for us to move forward. So I want to thank everybody right now. I'm going to bring Hope back into the stream so we can close out our day here at the Renewal Center for Tea Time Tuesday. And we're going to bring Hope back in. Hope?
Hey, hey, Carmela, great. I tell you, great tea time, great engagement from our tea time community. I say this has been absolutely wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Yes, I really appreciate it. I've taken some notes of some things that I'm going to reflect upon as well, on what how I'm going to move forward and be intentional on as well. I thank you for sharing this today. And the engagement was great. The comments were great as well. Got a chance to read a lot of the comments, and so this is what tea time is all about. This is a community where we're taking time to pause, reset, and build resilience. And this is a wonderful tea time community, a place where we're continuing to evolve and grow. And so thank you so much, Carmela, for that. And speaking of tea time, we just want to invite you to give. We want you to connect with the Renewal Center in your time, and connect with us in the vision of the Renewal Center. Here we have the information that you can give. First, we want to let you know to download the mobile app, which is a really convenient way to give. Okay, that's our text to give. You can text to give the Renewal Center to 888-361-4483. That's a convenient way to be able to give right away. We also have several other options to be able to give, which is a PayPal, our website. You can go to our website to be able to give. You can go to Cash App, Renewal Center, or you could, like I said, make sure you have the download that you downloaded the mobile app. Not only can you give on that mobile app, you can actually go back and watch tea time, previous tea times from the mobile app by going to the YouTube on our app, and it'll take you right to our YouTube channel. Again, we invite you to connect and give with the Renewal Center, a great vision as we continue to move forward, as we continue to be in a place of expansion. We invite you to come alongside us and come along and join with us by giving to the Renewal Center as we continue to impact the Concord, Charlotte, North Carolina area and beyond to continue to bring these particular things to you through our digital platforms. So again, we invite you to give. You can give from your mobile, from the app, which is right from your phone. Very easy. You hit give, takes you right there, put your information in, and it's quick and easy, and it's definitely convenient. So I just want to share about giving to the Renewal Center and connecting with us and partnering with us with the vision of the Renewal Center, where we are continuing to move forward in these digital platforms, Carmela, where we're doing tea time and even the great things that we have coming up. So again, I invite you to connect with us in the Renewal Center.
Yes, I'm excited. Thank you, Hope. And Hope, can you share with everybody about what's coming up soon and next month? I'm so excited. We are excited.
I would love to. We are excited, and I hope that you are excited. The Renewal Center, we're announcing the Renewal Center's ribbon cutting ceremony. This is going to be on Friday, August the 19th, as you see there, at 12 noon, right at the Renewal Center location. Please make sure to mark your calendars. If you're in the area or going to be in the area, we invite you to stop by and take part of this monumental moment for the Renewal Center as we're going forth with our ribbon cutting ceremony. I tell you, Carmela, I am so excited about this, and I'm so excited that we'll be there to greet. We'll be there to just embrace this monumental moment for the Renewal Center. Yes. So again, if you're in the area, if you are in the area or coming through the area, please stop by if you're going to be there on this particular day, August 19th, which is a Friday at 12 noon for the Renewal Center's ribbon cutting ceremony. So we're excited about that. Make sure to mark your calendar.
Yes, this is just an amazing time. We're just so excited. We got some congratulations coming in here. Okay. Oh, thank you, Dr. Brown.
Right.
I'm telling you, we really got some really good responses today. Thank you, Tea Time Tuesday, Tea Timers.
Tea Timers.
Thank you, Mildred. Here comes some congratulations. Our team wants to say thank you all for the congratulations. We appreciate it. Yes. That's from our executive director, Patrick J. Brown. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is just an amazing time. We are excited that everyone has taken the time to join us here at the Renewal Center. It's never a dull moment. Never a dull moment.
Yeah.
We are excited to serve. And we're excited to be here on a Tuesday afternoon with all of our Tea Time community. So we definitely want to say have an awesome day. Oh, hello, Pastor Samuel and Patricia Boswell. Well, it's great to see you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Patricia, for joining us today. This is amazing. Yes, we are so excited that everybody's joining us. It's just amazing. And I tell you, Prophet Hope, I'm just ready to just move and being unstoppable. I love what you said about being intentional. I'm telling you, this is just amazing.
It is.
Do you have anything you want to share?
No, I just want to thank you for this wonderful session and everything that you share with our Renewal Center, actually our practices that we're going forth in. And so just thank you so much. This has definitely been encouraging, I know, to all of us. And just a wonderful time. Looking forward to, our tea times upcoming and all the things that are upcoming. Like you said, never a dull moment. And so we're just thankful for that.
Yes, absolutely. So we want to say thank you to everyone that's joined in. Have an absolutely unstoppable afternoon and a wonderful week from us here at the Renewal Center. Like we said earlier, please join us for our previous broadcast. Especially last week was amazing. You definitely, if you missed that, please go back and check that dialogue that Patrick and I Hope had on anxiety and navigating through that. It was just an amazing session. And so we're going to sign off for now. We hope everyone is having a great week. And as we say in here at the Renewal Center, I am renewal. Take care of yourself. Have a great afternoon.